All right, next up is The Final Straw by Bed of Nails.
It's cool. It's cool. The what's the name of the artist again? Bed of Nails.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Obviously, this holds true to that other song we were talking about. The same thing holds true that this kind of rock is harder to get on the radio, the old-fashioned radio. Easier to get on playlists because there are playlists dedicated to this, but it's harder to get on radio. Very interesting contradiction. And the thing is, we're listening to stuff that people have created. They're not being influenced by, oh, I should be more like Bruno Mars. Oh, I should be more like Drake. Oh, I should be more like Ariana Grande. They're doing what they think is right for them. They're doing what they like. They're doing what they want to create. And that used to be the lifeblood of the music business. It used to be people creating their music. Now, their music could have been influenced by 100 different things or one thing, but it was their music. So the people that are doing this are creating their music. What we're trying to do is help them to expose their music in the best way we can and get noticed. Getting noticed in today's world is like the same thing it was years ago. The mechanisms might be different, but you want to get noticed. You got to get noticed. The dynamic of his voice is good. He's got a big, powerful voice. When it gets down into the verse, I think he needs to be just more, it can be strong, but he needs to be more subdued, or it just needs to change. The dynamic needs to change so that when he gets to the chorus, it's big and powerful, and you can sense the difference. You can sense the emotional change. This is important in all music, not just a record, but in all music, because, as you see on your computer screens, the jagged waveform. Okay, well, if it's just like this, it means it's all the same level, it's all the same everything. So what you're looking for emotionally is something that grows and condenses and grows and condenses. It's a simplistic idea to think about, but the idea is to not stay static emotionally. And you can think of all kinds of records like that have been hits. So even if it's Bruno Mars in Uptown Funk, right? Nothing like what we just listened to, but the verse is very open, and he's kind of got short phrases, and then he gets to the chorus, and Uptown Funk, don't give it to you, and then he gets into the chorus, which is kind of just the horns, doing the lick and stuff. So, but there's this emotional dynamic to the record. Um, I think that's important for everything. Going back to the rock around the clock, it just is important to consider that. Um, I know that I'm talking now about things that are virtually finished. Obviously, these people have been on these things. So this is a little bit the horses out of the barn. It's all kind of done already. But should they have the inclination? I'm just thinking that you get a vocal there in the verse that's a little bit easier going, still dynamic, still compelling, and it gives him a place to go later in the song. But anyway, there we go. I talk too much.
Well, he came up with a great band name, which is Jagged Waveform.
I know. I've used that in some movies. I've used it as the source song, source band, Jagged Waveform. Yeah.
All right, what do you have, Bria?
All right, next up is In Like a Lion by Alan Frederick.